This video is about the Nessie 24. This is a remake of the second Yo-Yo G2 Yo-Yos ever produced, kind of modernizing it while staying true to what that original was. This is our world's release for 2024. This is going to be set up as a pre-order for multiple reasons. The biggest one, a lot of you aren't coming to Worlds and you're still going to want a Nessie 24. So you don't have to be at Worlds for this World's release. You can be right at your home, on your computer, typing away, or on your phone, wherever you want to be. In the bathroom, at work. This is the World's release for you. You're going to notice there's not a lot of change from the original Nessie. The biggest thing is it got a little bit wider. It is 54.6 millimeters in diameter by 46.6 millimeters wide. Final weight's going to be right around 65.25 grams. Features a size C bearing, our G20 pads, which are very close to the original flowable silicone size, but standardized with pads. 10 millimeter axle. Machined in the USA, anodized in the USA, assembled, tested, packaged, all that jazz in the USA. How does it play? Well, I could go through a breakdown, give you all those buzzwords on how a new yo-yo is going to play, but I want you to know this. This is for the true OG fans, or fans that missed out on the Nessie and always wanted one. This stays true to the roots of the Nessie. I just wanted to modernize it, make it play a little bit, I'm going to call it dense. This plays a little bit quicker, a little bit softer while maintaining the stability and spin time and shape. Luckily enough, the size does put it in a slot that there's really nothing in the G2 lineup that matches up perfectly with it. The pre-order is going to be Wednesday, July 31st, 12 noon Eastern time. Now, I've talked about how it's going to be limited, and this is how that's going to work. The pre-order is going to be open for an hour, from 12 noon to 1 p.m. Eastern time. I'm limiting the pre-order to 100 total units, nothing specific on the 3 colorways that we'll get to, but 100 units, or however many is ordered in the first 15 minutes. That's the only way I'm going to allow it to go over 100 units, and it's basically guarantees you one. If you order in the first 15 minutes of the drop, you're getting one. After that, I'm going to look at how many are sold, and once it reaches 100, the pre-order will be done, or the pre-order will be done after an hour. Recently did the Wraith, the Loadout, the TISS, TIBR pre-orders kind of over last year and earlier this year, and realized that the pre-orders can be overwhelming if I don't limit them, so that's how I'm adjusting. One-man shop, one-man show. The pre-orders are going to be limited in some capacity for G2 yo-yos until I have a different setup for the production and shipping and the back half of that. The 3 colors I recently tested on the Loadout, just to give you guys a good look on what this anodizer looks like for these colorways. First up, we have the Snozberries colorway. These are all throwback colors to kind of the time of when the Nessie came out. Snozberry colorway was a must. It was the first that I released the Snozberries colorway on. Ness Depths, which is a blue-green wash with black splash and speckle. Last but not least, we do have Plasma Berries. Now, this didn't release on the Nessie originally, but I can't make the unicorn fade at this anodizer that these are going to, so no unicorn fade. We're going to substitute it with the Plasma Berries. Same color scheme, just a little bit different. That should pretty much cover it for the pre-order. Those 3 colorways will only be available via the pre-order, so if you want one of those 3 colorways, grab one. I don't have specific plans on how this will fit into the lineup going forward, but I do have a few questions that people ask that I do want to make sure I answer. Price. How did I forget that? $65 deposit to reserve yours. You will get an email when they are ready for $50 plus shipping. So in total, $115 for the Nessie 24 in these 3 colorways. Is this going to be a Patreon shipment? No. This Nessie at 65.25 grams is not going to be a Patreon shipment. I already have the rest of this year played out, so I didn't want to have a Nessie 24 dropping for a Patreon shipment in, let's just say, March of 2025. So I did have the prototypes you guys saw in 2 different weights. The Patreon will get only available to them sometime next year as part of their shipment, a heavier version. And it'll only come in a couple colorways. That's how we'll know the difference. It's in that heavier version, which is 66 and some change grams. So it's right around a gram heavier. Same overall specs outside of the extra weight. Was a bimetal version considered? Yes. But I really wanted this to be a modernized version of the Nessie. I want it to feel kind of like the original Nessie, so bimetal wasn't going to do that, and also using the USA Machine Shop, bimetal wasn't an option there as well. The little Nessie spikes are just a tad bigger on this version as well to make them a little bit more usable. Still smaller than most of our standard spikes, but just a tad bigger than that OG Nessie, if you remember how perfect you had to be set up for a Matador pull start on those spikes. That's it for the Nessie 24. I hope you can grab one during the pre-order and have a great time at Worlds if you're going. If not, enjoy watching it online. It's a great way to see some of the highest level players in this hobby, in this sport, really see the way that they push the tricks that we're doing here. Like, a lot of them I can't even comprehend, obviously.